Imagine that you wake to a world where food is scarce due to a disease killing all crops except for corn. The earth is no longer becoming habitable. Time is ticking, and soon humanity will be extinct. How will mankind be saved? Do we have the resources to save mankind? Today, I will compel you to watch one of the most scientifically accurate science fiction films named Interstellar. Directed by Christopher Nolan, released on October 26, 2014. The film did not receive good reviews at first when it was first released. However, ended up taking home one Oscar for Best Visual Effects. Christopher Nolan has stated that the idea for Interstellar came from his interest in physics and space exploration. He also cited the works of physicist Kip Thorne, who served as a scientific consultant on the film. First, I will share a brief overview of the film. Next, I will share my opinion on the film. And finally, I will share the opinion of critics with you. Now, keep an open mind as we venture through the breakdown of Interstellar. In the Earth's future, blight, a crop killing disease, renders the planet uninhabitable. Professor Brand, a NASA physicist, is working on plans to save mankind. But first, Professor Brand must send former NASA pilot Cooper and a team of researchers through a wormhole across the galaxy to find out which three planets could be mankind's new home. There are two plans. Plan A, the Lazarus mission. It is to send spaceships of people to a habitable planet. Plan B is to send thousands of embryos to a habitable planet to colonize. Now, this means that all mankind is left behind on planet Earth. Now, throughout the mission, the astronauts come across issues that cause them to have major setbacks. Time distortion is one of them. The movie clip that I'm about to show you is a consequence of time distortion. On their mission back from exploring Miller's planet, they find out they were gone 23 years in the 1 hour that they were on the planet. You're about to see what I call messages from home. This is Cooper watching the messages that his daughter Murphy sent to him.
I never made one of these when you were still responding because I was so mad at you for leaving. And then when you went quiet, it seemed like I should live with that decision, and I have. Today's my birthday. And it's a special one because you told me. You once told me that when you came back, we might be the same age. And today I'm the age you were when you left. It would be a real good time for you to come back.
Now, the reason I chose this clip is to show you how Christopher Nolan was able to combine emotions and physics in his film. Now that I have provided you with a brief overview of Interstellar, I will discuss my opinion of the film with you. The movie has an interesting insight into physics and science that allows you to imagine the possibilities that we have as humans. Christopher Nolan accurately depicts science in this film. The plot kept me interested and engaged, and there was a lot of action and emotions in this film. This film is worth watching because it explores the wonders of space. The depiction of space and the planets visited by the characters is realistic. I just shared my opinion of the film with you. Next, I will discuss what critics had to say when it was initially released back in 2014, which is over 9 years ago. First, the critics that I agree with. On November 4th, 2014, A.O. Scott of the New York Times stated that it is the nature of science fiction to aspire to more, to ascend fearlessly toward the sublime. Now, I agree with this film. I agree that this film explores space like no other film. It keeps you on the edge of your seat, wondering if they can make it home. Peter Travers of Rolling Stone on November 5th, 2014, described how gracefully it blends the cosmic and the intimate, how deftly it explores the infinite in the smallest human details. Now, a couple of critics that disagree with me. On November 4th, 2014, Stephen Dalton of The Hollywood Reporter stated, "Fasten your seatbelts for 3 hours of monumental pomposity, corny emotionalism, and anti-science mysticism, dressed up as real science." He goes on to state that Nolan is imitating great filmmakers of his time. Matt Seitz of RogerEbert.com on November 3rd, 2014, stated that Interstellar was bold and extremely silly. He goes on to state that this film is frantically busy and ear-splittingly loud, which I do not agree with, as it is expected in an action-packed film. Now, you are familiar with the reaction from several critics and why this film is worth watching. Let's jump to the final part of my review. Today, I provided you of an overview of Interstellar. Then, I shared my opinion, and finally, I provided you with the opinion of other critics. If you are a fan of stunning visual effects in science fiction and/or Christopher Nolan's filmography, then it is definitely worth watching.